10 blue marbles and 19 green marbles. Let's see. Let's look at that question. What is important? What should I underline? If you said 10 blue marbles, you're right. 10 is the number. Blue marbles is the object. And is an important math vocabulary word, so we are going to underline that as well. And then it says 19 green marbles. 19 is the number. Green marbles is the object. How many marbles in all? So they want to know how many marbles. How many marbles in all? In all. Are they comparing blue marbles to green marbles? Or are they wanting to bring all the marbles together? If you said bring them all together, you're right, because it's saying in all. You're bringing all the marbles together, which means you will be adding. Gusta plus shares. He doesn't compare this to that. He brings all of them together and sees how much you have. And the object that they want you to bring together are the marbles. So you have your 10 blue marbles, you have your 19 green marbles, and they want to know how much do you have all together? How many do you have in all? So let's break down this number. Let's look at that. We have 10 blue marbles, and then we have 19 green marbles. When we look at those two numbers, how many groups of 10 are in 10? How many 10s in 10? Look at this picture. How many 10s? Remember, the lines mean one group of 10. 1. So we have one group of 10. Then let's look at our number 19. How many groups of 10 are in the number 19? Look at your tens place. Look here. How many groups of 10 do you see? 1. Right, there's only one line. There's only one group of 10. If you look at your tens place in 19, there's the number 1. So we know that we have one group of 10. So we're going to start by adding our 10s together first. So when I add my two 10s together, I know 10 plus 10 is 20. And I know that because if I add 1 plus 1, 1 plus 1, remember the ones place, with the tens place, we have 1, and the tens place here, we have 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2. And then we know 0 plus 0 is 0. And then altogether we have 20. So right now we have 20. But we're not done. We know we have 20, but we still need to add our 1s. Even though 10 blue marbles, 10 did not have any 1s, for our green marbles we had 19. How many 1s in the number 19? Look at the 1s place. They're 9. And look, there are 9 circles here. We have 5, and then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 1s, so we still need to add our 1s. So if we have 20 plus 9 more, altogether we have 29. And you can solve that in different ways. One way to solve that is by looking at your tens place. 2 plus 0, because 9 is less than 10. 9 is smaller than 10. So it's not one group of 10, so it has 0 10s. So 2 plus 0 is 2. So we have 2 10s. And then we add our 1s. 0 plus our 9 1s is 9. So we made the number 29. You could have also looked here and said, okay, 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Those are some ways you could have used to solve that. So we know because we broke down the numbers. We broke down 10 and 19. We added our 10s together, then we added our 1s together. we know that if now that we had our 10 blue marbles and our 19 green marbles, we have 29 marbles all together. We have 29 marbles in all. Now let's look at question 1. 20 black cars and 32 white cars. Let's underline the important information. What is important about what we've read so far? Well, 20 is a number, black cars is the object. We have our math vocabulary word and, which is a hint that we are going to be adding. When you see and, you can look around. Gusta Plus is probably somewhere nearby. And now let's look at the second part. 32 is the number, white cars is the object. So it says 20 black cars, so we know one part is 20. And we have our plus sign. There you is, and 32 white cars. So we have 32 as our second part. Then it says, what is the total number of cars? Ooh, so it's saying total number. Total means your whole number. How many do you have all together? So you're going to have to take your two parts and bring them together. Now we know one of our parts is 32. We know that there are 32 white cars. But 32 has 10s and 1s. So we really do want to break that up so that way we can start by adding our 10s. And then we can add our 1s. So let's first look at 32. How many 10s in the number 32? How many 10s in the number 32? There are 3. And if you have 3 10s, looks like this. 1, 2, 3. 3 10s makes what number? Count by 10s. Ready? 10, 20, 30. 30. So that's why there's 30. That's why they wrote 30, because there are 3 groups of 10 and 3 10s makes 30. Now, how many 1s in 32? How many 1s in 32? Look at your 1s place. There are 2 1s. You know that 32 is made up of 3 groups of 10, which is 30, and 2 1s. Then they want you to add your 10s together. What is, if I know that there's 3 groups of 10, what is 20 plus 30? What is 20 plus 30? Or even smaller, you can break it down and say, what is 2 plus 3? 2 plus 3. If you had your 2 groups of 10, and then you added 3 more, 1, 2, 3, how many 10s do you have now? Let's count. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 5 groups of 10, so you're going to write a 5 in the 10s place. Write a 5 in the 10s place, which means what? 10. 5 10s are what? What does 5 groups of 10 mean? Let's see. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So we know right now we have 50. But we're not done yet because we still need to add our what? We still need to add our what? Our ones. Right, we can't forget our ones. Our ones here, remember 32 has 2 ones, so we still need to add our ones. So if I have 50 and I need to add 2 more, what number does that make? If I have 50 and I have 2 ones, what number does that make? Ready? Let's count. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And then we count our ones. 50, 51, 52. You said 52, you are right. So that means if we read this question, 20 plus 32 is 52. Because we had to add our ones. And because we added our ones, we made the number 52. Let's look at the next question. It says 29 small ants and 10 big ants. How many ants are there? And let's underline the important information. So we have 29 is the number. Small ants is the object. Ooh, there's and. There's the word and. Our special math vocabulary word that gives us a hint that Gustav Plus is coming around. He's somewhere nearby. He's somewhere nearby. And 10 is the number. Big ants is the object. Then it says, how many ants are there? How many ants? They want to know specifically ants. They don't want you to compare small ants to big ants. They want you to look at all the ants that are there and tell them how many are all there together. How many are in all? So how could we do this? Well, we could look at how many tens. Let's look at our tens first. Let's look at our tens placed in those two numbers. We have two parts that we need to find the whole. And even though the equal sign is in the front of the question, that doesn't change the sum. It's still going to be the same. Remember, equals means is. So blank is 29 plus 10, or 29 plus 10 is blank. They still have the same sum. So let's look at those two numbers. We have 29. How many tens in the number 29? Look at your tens place, and that will tell you how many groups of 10 there are. If you said two tens, you are right. There are 2 tens in the number 29. And how many tens in the number 10? Look at your tens place. There is one group of 10. So let's look at that. So we have our 2 groups of 10. And then we have our one group of 10. So these 2 groups of 10 are from the number 29, because there's 2 tens and 29. And this group of 10 is from the number 10, because there's only one group of 10. Now, how many groups of 10 are there altogether? If you said 3, you are right. There are 3 groups of 10, and 3 tens makes what number? 30. You're right. Let's count. 10, 20, 30. So we know that there right now are at least 30. But we need to also add our ones. So let's look at the ones place. How many ones in the number 29? If you said 9, you are right. There are 9 ones in 29. And I know that because when I look at the ones place, there's the number 9. Now in the number 10, how many ones are there? How many ones in the number 10? If you said 0, you are right. So 9 plus 0. Anything plus 0 equals itself. So we know 9 plus 0 is 9. So if I had 9 ones, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Those are my 9 ones, and I'm moving them. You could see them better. We have our 9 ones. And we know the 9 ones comes from the number 29. And we know there's only 9 ones because 10 has 0 ones. So this stays the same. So now I know I have 3 groups of 10 and 9 ones. So I'm going to write a 9 in the ones place, which makes the number 39. And if you don't believe me, you can always count. So let's count by 10 and then we'll add our ones. Ready? 10, 20, 30, and then we add our ones. So 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. So there are 39 ants in all. There are 39 ants all together.